The sun laps gently against the sea of the skies, its ripples radiating deep into the surrounding caverns, its light mixing with the black waters of the earth, diffracting iridescent lines to comfort the weary and the lost, whose frozen feet had stumbled their blind way along the path between the worlds. Echoes of silenced dreams interwove with the rich beams of coherent magnetism, caught in its electric dance with the fizzing vacuum and the oscillation of time, past, future, past, future. The concentric spheres expanded and intersected, embedded themselves into mathematical tables in the hall of the collapse of waves. Deep corridors indeed. Wandering ideas pondered the measurements of darkness before beginning their slim voyage to the missing side of the moon, its reflection cascading in hundreds of thousands of droplets through the encyclopedic labyrinth of lost knowledge. Then, once the nest had begun to flower, on into the dark night in slow flight. Axial rotation made its presence felt, and the polyhedral solutions of solar secretions began, slowly at first, to effervesce and spill down the anointed path of the angel with no name and no function, no means of command or instruction, a neutrino puzzling its way through the planets, exchanging itself for itself, its mysterious data compiled into a program for the persistence of vision and the calculation of prehistoric futures. As time threaded its way through the particle field, the glassy solids of space began to reveal another secret, the intrinsic circularity of the cosmos, dimension-defying and filled with a great pride of wonderment, true at every scale, a shock to the construction of worms stringing their voyages across the empty motorways of improbability. The crystalline nature of prediction began to attend the universities of the silent oceans, encrusting the theories of everything with their coralline intricacies and their rejection of formal categories of underlying structures, as jewelled crabs sidewalked their clattering way along the sands of the beaches, bearing packages for the imaginations of those who toil in the twilight. Gates began to open, but only after propitiating the grim guardians of the hours. The black mirrors of the hidden river swayed gently in the noiseless tubes of concrete and steel, intricately carved faces staring in limestone agony as the millimetres merged with nanoseconds, and the slowest explosion of eternity undulated endlessly across the immense reaches of unseen tragedies. Dramas fueling the dilemmas inherent in the tossing of coins, the random number generators revealing the deepest paradoxical flaws that have gripped the mathematicians as they bathe in the pools of fragmented universality. All around, the answer screams its unacceptable knowledge across the winds that mediates the incandescence between ignorance and arrogance. These fields of bleakness impart their catastrophes of strident ideologies upon the tender electronic sponges that absorb the amino acids of their future destinies, drip by drip, crumb by crumb. New ideas ascend the stairs to the surface of the globe, gaze at the vast volumes between the stars, and launch their fires in the forest of hexagonal stone, with meandering paths, the serpents of exploration, and little streams cursing their way through the hard soil. Sudden calls and shrieks pierce the pearly air, vibrations flickering their mercury unbound across the bacterial slimes and the mossy cushions. Misty ears sucking the meaning of their soft bells through the organic layers. Neurotransmitters tumbling down the saline gradients, an instinctive reaction of those on the very edge of being, for whom the other side beckons with its cold, dark material. In the waiting rooms, their gaze sightless, trapped, full of regrets, clinging to hope. The buzzing of rails, the rattle of the train, electricity burning its cold chemicals of travel. The past runs endlessly backwards, and the future always slips free from our grasp, surging ever faster forward. The present stretches its tension ever tighter, and there we hang.